here. I am driving to the skateboard park because I need to get some turns in. Man, I can't believe how good skating has been lately. It's just amazing. It's a little noisy in here. I'm air conditioner. I'm blasting, etc. Here's some things, right? Do you guys remember when I showed you how to put a synth part, a chromatic synth part, like basically turn all of your drum parts into keyboard parts? Well, now, today, I'm going to teach you how to put a full drum break into each one of those drum parts, right? Not just piece by piece, but put a full sliced part into each one of these drum parts. I hope you find this very, very helpful. Only a few more days to get the July mega pack at ghostwrittenclips.com. There is a link in the description. Also, this collection of 74 drum kits specifically made for the ESX, and you'll see why this is so important in a very, very short minute. They're available, $5, ghostwrittenclips.com. Took a lot of time to put these together. That's why I'm charging. For me to figure this all out and to put everything in the right spot and to create the template, it took a lot of time. So anyway, I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for supporting me, and those who do support me by purchasing my packs and my mega pack and all that. I realize that you're supporting me as a person, and I always try to give the most amount of value for these packs, but on top of that, it's basically in lieu of me having like a Patreon or something like that, you know. And you guys support me as a person and as a creator and as an artist, and I really, really appreciate you. Anyway, let's get right into it. Hello, everyone. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay, before I showed you how to turn any of these drum parts into keyboard parts by using the motion sequence to modulate the pitch of each note and putting synth waves in here. Okay, now today I'm going to be doing kind of the opposite. I'm going to show you how to use each one of these as a full drum break, right? And kind of slicing the audio, although it has nothing to do with using the slice engine. What it does have to do with is using the motion sequence to modulate the start point to set the value for each one of these samples, okay, or each one of these notes that are put in. Right now, this is the default. And as you can hear, it's this demo break here. Listen. Now, this break, is it amazing? No, not really. But I'm going to use this to demonstrate the first part. Okay, the first part is basically that. And I've sliced this. I've sliced it just so that you can see what's going on. But many of you know that the start point of any sample, whether it's 2 seconds long or 2 minutes long, is chopped up into 128 values. That's from 0, which is a value, to 127. That's like the MIDI standard, right? So it basically, this start point is, if I go up to 64, that is halfway through the sample. Doesn't matter if it's 2 seconds, doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, like I said. So what it is, I chopped this break up so that you can see that at 0, 0, we have the kick drum, okay? Halfway through, which is page 2, right? It's 2 bars, another kick drum, okay? So on the first one, we know that if this is 0 and this is 127, right, on the second page, then we know that this is 64. Okay, so half of 64 is 32. We know that 0, 0 is a kick drum. We know that 16 is a hi-hat. We know that 32 is a snare. We know that 48 is another hi-hat. However, 4 more than 48 at 52 is an open hat. Okay, so let's go back and let me show you exactly how this works. Okay, I'm going to clear this part out. Now, as you can hear, we have that whole break on here. It is sliced, but we're not going to use the slices. Okay, no big deal. What we're going to do is put one note here. Okay, and if we listen, all it does is trigger off that whole loop. Okay, so we'll turn on the motion sequence over here, and we'll go to step edit. It says that there's no motion sequence destinations assigned to this note. Okay, sorry it's a little noisy in here. But okay, what we're going to do is we're going to hold down shift and we're going to go to the start point. And we're going to go to this guy here and we're going to set this. We could set it to 0. That would make it the kick drum and it's in the right spot. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a template note that is a hi-hat. Okay, and if you remember, 16 was the hi-hat. The reason why is because in a break, I think there's more closed hi-hats than anything else. Okay, so let's listen. Starts off at the hi-hat. Now, as you can hear, it just triggers from the hi-hat and it plays the rest of the loop. So we're going to go back up. You can hit it again or use the scroll. We're going to, right now is the destination for motion sequence is the start note. Hold on. Adjusting my microphone. We're going to hold down shift and we're going to go to the EG time, okay, which is how long that note goes. And we're going to turn it to 0. Oh, excuse me. EG time. One more down. Down arrow to get to the note. We're going to put it at 0. Now listen. Okay. I'm going to change this here to be a slope. Listen. Okay, it doesn't fire off the whole clip. That's great, but you know, for a hi-hat, this is probably enough. But let's increase this EG time just a little until it starts to. Oops, I don't know why I did that. All right, now you can see that you're starting to hear the next hit. So let's dial it back a little. Let's put it at 7. Motion value is at 7, okay? Now, I'm going to do a little bit more for this, okay? Because when you use motion sequence, if a note modulates a value at that point with the motion sequence, then everything after that in the entire timeline is also set to that value unless another motion sequence brings it or reins it back in. So right now we have the start point at 16, we have the EG time at 4. I'm going to go hold down shift and I'm going to set some things differently. I want the pitch to be at 0. Oh no, I want it to be at 0 so that we can modulate the pitch of other notes and they won't stay modulated. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll demo in a second. I'm going to hold down shift again, go to filter type, don't care, filter, all that can stay. We've got the start and the level. I want the level to be at 100. That's the default. Some of these I want a little louder and some quieter, so I'm going to leave it at 100. I'm going to hold down shift again and go to reverse. I want reverse to be off because if I want to reverse something, I don't want the rest of the thing to stay reversed. Okay, reverse and hold down effect send. I'm going to turn that off as well. Okay, and then hold down shift. I'm going to go to modulation depth. I'm going to set that to 0. Okay, now we have a template note. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, now watch. What we're going to do now, I'll write this to number 1 so we don't lose our work. I'm going to hold down shift and go to move data, and I'm going to go to repeat. Yes, and we're repeating only one note. That's our note. Yes, now we have a whole template. Watch. And even if we remove some, it stays pretty normal. Now, let's change the start value for the first note. Bring that down to 0. Okay. Aha. And for number 9, we want that to be, where was the snare? 32, I believe. So we'll go start and we'll set that to 32. Okay. And we'll add a value there because I took it out. Listen. All right. And how about note number 12? If we went to the start, we'll put the open hi-hat here. Go to 12. That was at 52, I believe. Okay. All right. So there it is. Now I have a beat. I can pitch things up and down, but they'll go back to normal. I can mess with the filter. I can do lots of things. Okay. Well, in fact, I turned reverse on. Let's reverse this hi-hat here. Let's go to reverse and scroll down. We'll choose this note here and we'll turn it on. Okay. How about level? I want the kick drum, for instance, to be louder than 100. Okay, and the snare, how about for the snare, let's send that, effects send on, and we'll send it to a compressor. Listen. Okay, let's write that sucker. Okay, now, here's where I've taken it to the next level. Okay, past the demo break in the samples, I added 74 kits, and these kits are all in the same place, okay? Let me show you what I mean by that. If I time slice this sucker, we'll send that to 32, 2 bars. We'll slice it to 2 bars. And this is, okay? What I have is in every single one of these 74 samples, I have the kick drum at 0. I have a clap or a snare at 16. I have another clap or a snare at 32. I have maybe that's probably percussion. I got percussion at 48. I got effects at 64. I also have effects 2 at 64. Was it 80? 64, yeah, 80, right? Then at 96, I have closed hi-hat, and I have at 112, open hi-hat, okay? So, it doesn't matter what I use. Let's, right now we have this beat that we made here. Let's solo number 3, okay? And at number 3, let's choose that first kit, okay? And we will once again turn on the trig, and we'll make ourselves a note, and we'll go to step value, and we'll do pitch. I'm not going to mess with the pitch on this one because I want it to be crazy. Cutoff, resonance, start. We'll make this. Oh, where did I say the closed hi-hat was? I think it's at 96. Is that right? 96? Yes, it is. And then go back up. We'll set the level 100. And we'll set the EG time to 7 because I know that these are. And I'll change this, and then I'll go back up and I'll set reverse to off, and I'll set effects send to off, and I'll set modulation depth to 0. Okay, now this is going to be sweet. The reason why is because I have all 74 of these, all the notes are in the same spot. It's like a template, and I'll show you why that's important. Okay, let's go back up. Let's write this. Let's use the move data again, and let's repeat this note. Okay, let's set the start value for the first one to 0. And we'll set the snare value. Where was the snare? I think it was at 16. Okay, now watch. Here's the beauty of this. Okay, let's get rid of these. Let's write that. If I go, I can scroll through all the kits, and they all fit. I'm going to add motion value. Let's go to effects send. How about if we go for pitch on this one? So yeah. Okay, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, you can go to ghostwrittenclips.com. I'm going to fill this pattern out, and by the time you see this video, it will be up for sale. You'll be able to get it for $5, or you can wait until the August mega pack and it will be included. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope that you find this very, very helpful. Have a great summer. Be blessed.